September 1, 2019. Hurricane Dorian was one of the most powerful storms ever recorded. It was heading for Florida, not Alabama. Every meteorologist agreed. Every forecast agreed. But on September 1, President Trump tweeted that Alabama would be hit. People panicked. Hardware stores sold out of plywood. Families packed their cars and left. Emergency managers in Alabama scrambled to respond. All because of one tweet. The National Weather Service office in Birmingham responded within hours. Alabama will not see any impacts from Dorian. They said it in capital letters. Because people were panicking over information that was simply not true. Hardware stores were already sold out. Emergency managers were fielding calls they shouldn't have had to take. Trump was asked about it directly. He didn't back down. He doubled down. He produced charts. He produced maps. He held press briefings insisting Alabama was at risk. The meteorologists watched in disbelief. The media couldn't look away. For 4 straight days the story dominated every network. Not the hurricane. The tweet about the hurricane. Then came the map. September 4. The Oval Office. Trump held up an official NOAA National Hurricane Center forecast map. Someone had taken a black Sharpie and extended the hurricane cone westward. Into the southeastern corner of Alabama. The line was crude. Uneven. It looked exactly like what it was. Reporters noticed immediately. The question spread within minutes. Who drew on the map? The White House never answered. Trump denied drawing it himself. No aide came forward. No explanation was ever given. Just a sharp line on an official government document, shown to the world on national television. Then it got worse. NOAA, the agency that oversees the National Weather Service, released an unsigned statement. It contradicted their own Birmingham office. It supported Trump's version of events. The scientists inside NOAA were furious. Former NOAA officials spoke out publicly. One called it the most political interference in the agency's history. The meteorologists in Birmingham who had told the truth, who had done exactly their jobs, were quietly opened up to an internal investigation by their own agency. For being right. The Birmingham office had a chief meteorologist named Gary Satkowski, a veteran of the agency. He and his colleagues had issued that correction in capital letters because lives were at stake. People make real decisions during hurricanes. They evacuate. They shelter. They stay or they go based on what the government tells them. False information during a hurricane doesn't just embarrass someone. It costs money. It causes panic. In the worst case, it costs lives. That's not an opinion. That's why the law exists. Under United States law, Title 18, Section 2074, it is a federal crime to falsely represent a weather forecast issued by the National Weather Service. The law was written specifically to prevent exactly this. To stop false emergency information from reaching the public. To protect people from making life or death decisions based on lies. The maximum penalty is 90 days in prison. No one was charged. No one was fired. No one was held accountable. The Birmingham meteorologists who told the truth were investigated. The investigation was eventually dropped. But it happened. The man who drew the line, whoever that was, faced no consequences. The White House never explained it. Congress investigated but nothing came of it. The story eventually faded, buried under the next crisis, and the one after that. But the map exists. The Sharpie exists. The law exists. And somewhere in a federal archive, there is an official government weather document with a crude black line drawn on it by an unknown hand, extending a hurricane into a state it was never going to hit. As they said it, world leaders, in their own words.